Kevin McCall, if you don't know who this is an R&B artist who is best known for being on the song Deuces with Chris Brown. He has been making the rounds in the media because he went on a podcast and essentially said he's broke. He's on EBT, which is food stamps. And if you don't know what that is, that's basically government-assisted funds to be able to survive and buy food. And he goes on the podcast essentially crying, saying that Chris Brown never looked out for him or whatever the case may be. So let's go over the article first. Kevin McCall, who is best known for working with Chris Brown in the early 2010s, says the singer still owes him money. He explained that he's currently struggling financially and called on Brown to lend a hand during an appearance on the Back on Fig show on YouTube. So let's play this actual clip.
Like my child support is $2,000, right? Nigga, Deuces ain't been popping since 2012. Why is my child support $2,000? So I had all this back pay. Then I sold my catalog for $500,000. I only got $250,000 out of it. I bought my mama a house for $50,000, and then I had to pay all this child support shit off. Why was my child support $2,000? I'm not Future or none of these niggas. Like, so then I got the rearrears, not retrograde. That's the little star shit.
Even if you still had your child in California, am I correct?
Yeah, I gotta prove all of that. They wasn't supposed to. I didn't have nothing on Marley. Marley, I gotta go and file a paternity, a petition for paternity. It's only $300, but a nigga, watch this. I think it's a game, bro. No, this for when I poke niggas. Don't walk up on me playing. All you Team Breezy niggas, keep that shit on the internet. My bad. I went too far?
We talk about the talent.
All right, music.
Despite your flaws as a human being, you are one of the most talented individuals to ever grace the music industry.
We gonna get to that.
So
we gonna get to that.
Veer.
I love how you try
that.
I love how you. Yeah, we gonna veer to that. But we gonna
Why
get the
the
bullshit
fuck
out
You
the way.
have a testimony.
Why
and
the
a story
fuck
to tell. Your life
get in on this?
I witnessed it.
He finna be in here and
Why
tell
the
the
fuck
homies
I got
what's
an
going on.
EBT card?
We
And this
got it.
nigga is at
Hold on,
Breezy Bowl
cuz.
and made 90 whatever the fuck million, and it say KKKKK Mac. Can I get 25,000 for them four songs I owe you, bro? I just want to leave, bro.
Leading up to who he is.
I'm not even tripping though. I got an EBT card, my nigga. Like, what the fuck, bro? I can't even get nothing, bro, man. Y'all niggas want to see a nigga cry on here, so y'all can think I'm a bitch.
Nah, bro.
Fuck, nigga.
That shit ain't fair, nigga.
Hey,
I'm on EBT, bro.
hey,
That's why.
Bro.
hey. Look, bro.
Calm down, bro.
I'm on EBT,
Calm
smack,
down.
look.
Calm
Say
down.
my name, bro. That shit is I had to go up in that motherfucker and hide my face with a mask like COVID, bro.
Don't act like every nigga ain't had no
I got
motherfucking
an EBT
EBT
card.
On the set, that nigga had an EBT card.
Man, I might get an EBT book. I walk in the building and look at
I got
me crazy.
EBT
Let me
right
tell
now.
you this, cuz.
In my name.
Okay, so first, everybody in life will have up and down moments. This is Kevin in one of his lower moments. Unfortunately, it's on camera for a lot of people to see, and he's back going viral. And it's not for anything that's an accomplishment. It's really for one of your lowest moments in your life. Don't be ashamed for being on EBT. When my parents came here in America with nothing but the shirts on their back after the war in my country, we were on EBT for a long time. We actually were on and off it for a while. Thankfully, now we don't have to be on it. We're a little bit better off. But, life can change, and it can go from you being on top of the world to being on EBT. Nothing wrong with that. Everybody has their ups and downs in life. Nobody's to shame anybody for being on EBT or anything that you need help and assistance with, because we all do at certain points in our life. That's just, the rules of life, right? Ups, downs, roller coaster. Nothing's going to go smooth 24/7. And it's always great to help other people. So as humans, never, joke and laugh at people, being down on their last count. Kevin can bounce back. He is talented as far as an R&B artist. Maybe this viral moment will have people reaching out and potentially working with him. I know Young Thug reached out. I'm going to talk about that a little bit later. But with all that being said, you are a grown man with children. You need to take responsibilities for your actions. This is the problem with some people, is they blow all their opportunities, all their money, and then they want more from the person who gave them their opportunity. Chris Brown owes you not a single penny unless some contract stuff happened and he basically duped you out of some money, which I always hear. You know, you got to hear both sides of the story. Who knows? Chris Brown is doing perfectly fine. His Breezy Bowl just generated over $250 million that tour, and that's 42 out of 49 shows that are reported in terms of income. It could be a little bit off on there, but not all shows are reported. He's missing like 5 shows that are being reported, right? So over $250 million on that tour. Could he have brought you on the tour? Of course. Just like 50 brings Tony Ayo and Uncle Murder, or Busta Rhymes being Spliff, whoever, right? There's always an artist that brings, you know, some of his homies to do hype men, whatever. He could have done that. But the reason why he didn't is because first people were feeling sorry for Kevin and saying, damn, man, Chris Brown's got all his money. He should, you know, just look out for him. He said he wanted $25,000 for a couple songs he owes him. Okay, $25,000. That's not a big deal to Chris Brown, right? But when people dug deep, they found out this guy Kevin was disrespecting the shit out of Chris Brown on social media various times throughout the years. I mean, he was disrespecting his kids, him, whatever. He was saying outlandish shit. I wish I could find the tweets. I'm going to look quick because there are some old tweets that are insanely disrespectful. So this is an article written in 2018. It says, Kevin McCall threatens to kill Chris Brown and royalty on social media. Royalty is Chris Brown's daughter. So when things like that happen, you know, bridges are burned. And Chris Brown responded to this. And he said this, remember this, you can't walk across a burnt bridge. And you know what's funnier than a troll? A broke one. So Chris Brown clearly has his stance in saying that, hey, I don't rock with this guy. So with that history, you can't expect Chris Brown to just be like, oh, I'm going to forget you threatening my daughter. I'm going to forget you threatening me and whatever else that they had in the history. I'm just going to give you $25,000. He could do that, and he would be a great human being for doing that. But he doesn't have to. He doesn't owe you anything. Just giving you an opportunity to work with him is a huge thing in itself. Mind you, Kevin McCall, in his prime with Chris Brown, had generated anywhere from $2 to $6 million, potentially more. But let's just say in the middle, $4 million. Let's say he generated in his prime $4 million. He blew all that money. I mean, he had a tweet too. People were just pulling up old tweets, man. They were cooking this guy with old tweets, saying that it's an old tweet where he's like, I'm just blowing, man. I'm having he's talking about how much money he's just blowing. He's laughing it off. Like, man, I just bought this girl this. I bought this house. I bought this car. When you're put in a great position and you blow it, you have to take accountability for that. You can't just be like, oh, it's somebody else's fault. Oh, you should have paid me more. Oh, you should have done this. No, I mean, at the end of the day, you sign contracts. You're a grown man. I don't know how old he was at the time, but I doubt he was under 18 years old when he signed contracts and he did all this stuff. At the end of the day, 18, you're legal enough to sign your own contract, legal enough to do a lot of things. Now, granted, are you mature? Probably not. You know, most people at 18 years old aren't mature enough, and they will blow most of their money and they'll blow all of it sometimes. But you can't do nothing but hold yourself accountable and try to build bridges between people, man. You're at one point, you're a very talented artist, and you still, from what I'm hearing, are. I haven't checked out any of the new music, but from what I'm hearing, a lot of people still rocking with you musically. So build bridges again. You know, you did it once. Why can't you do it again? Easier said than done, obviously, but I'm the type of person, and this is going to sound very evil and very harsh, but I'm the type of person that if you don't learn from your lessons or you don't have any accountability, I don't feel sorry for you at all if something happens to you. Because clearly, the first time you did it, it never registered in your head to never do it again, and you still did it. I don't have sympathy for somebody that can't take accountability when they fuck up. That's a huge thing for me. If you can take accountability and say, you know what, I messed up, then yeah, I'll look out for you. I'll help you out. And learn from it, obviously. Because if you take accountability and you do it again, then I really, really don't give a shit at that point. That's just how I am. Because I take accountability for my actions. If I fuck up something, whatever happens, I take accountability. I'm a grown-ass man. And so is Kevin. You're a grown-ass man crying and drooling on an interview, begging another grown man for money. Not a good look, man. And you sold your back catalog in the interview. You said for $500,000, you got $250,000 from that. You blew that again. You shouldn't have done that. You know, child support, all this stuff. Stop sleeping with random women. Get with one woman. That's another thing that a lot of men in today's society they sleep with all kinds of women, have kids, and they're stuck on child support, ruining their lives. Take your time with these things. These are life-changing, life-altering moments in your life. with huge opportunities in life and who you're going to spend the rest of your life with. Because everyone in life, for the most part, I can't say really everyone in life usually has some sort of opportunity to better their life. And unfortunately, a lot of people blow that, or they just don't realize they have that opportunity. I can speak to a couple of people that used to work for me. They used to work and help me, and they didn't see the vision. And then now diverse mentalities at a different platform, and they're like, oh, you've grown them, and can I join you? And I'm like, no, you didn't see the vision early on. Why are you trying to jump in now? I've given opportunities. People have given opportunities to me. If somebody gives me a huge opportunity, let's just say right now, I don't know, Tyler Perry, let's just say, comes up and says, hey, I want you to make documentaries about hip hop. I'm not going to sit here and blow that opportunity. That's a clear indication. But obviously there's more. That one's like a very clear one. It's very obvious. Like, hey, I get this opportunity. It's big deal. But some people even blow that. But there's some subtle opportunities in life, right? Where you can make this connection, or you can be at this certain event and you can potentially meet somebody that will really help you in your life. You can't blow these type of things because you only get a few of them in life. Everybody, for the most part, gets some type of opportunity to better their life or be in a better position in life. And they usually 80 to 90% of the time blow it for whatever reason. Either they're scared, not confident in themselves, they don't recognize the opportunity, whatever the case may be. But there's always opportunities in life to better yourself. And unfortunately, it looks like Kevin had those opportunities and squandered them and blew them. And instead of taking accountability and learning, he's begging Chris Brown for money. Now, had he not threatened his kids and done all that, maybe Chris Brown would have put him on tour, man. Maybe out of that $250 million that he grossed, maybe Kevin could have walked away with at least $500,000 or $200,000 or $100,000, and he would have been in a better position in life today than now. But he burned that bridge over whatever. I don't know what their beef is, their history is, but clearly something went wrong because Chris Brown fired back at him a few times too online. They're posting videos about that. They had a fallout somewhere. Young Thug jumped in, and being, I guess, a good Samaritan, he said, Kevin McCall, hit me, my guy. I'll give you that $25K you need. And I know CB, Chris Brown, would give it to you also, bro. He's a real one. Guys is sometimes busy, brother. Well, fans quickly responded and said, don't give this guy any money. He's threatened Chris Brown. He's threatened his kids. That's the reason why Chris Brown ain't helping him, so on and so forth. So then he followed up that tweet with, sorry, Mick, which is Kevin, LOL. Ain't know this was all happening, kid. So he basically said, like, hey, you got a lot of shit that's going on that I had no idea about. And I can't get involved with that. Because if he gets involved with that, then Chris Brown's going to look at him a certain way, so on and so forth. Now, what Young Thug could have done is behind the scenes, instead of tweeting that, he could have just, hey, how do I get in contact with this Kevin guy? Let me help him. Let me give him $25,000 in his pocket. He didn't really have to tweet that. I think it's more for publicity purposes, because if I see somebody struggling and I know I got the means to help him, I'm not going to tweet about it, man. Especially Young Thug. He's got the power to just be like, hey, I want to contact Kevin. And he'll find a way to get in contact with him immediately and snapping a finger. Especially if you're at that level of superstardom. You can usually get in contact with anybody. You don't need to tweet it out and ask. Like Meek Mill does a lot, which is hilarious. But weird situation, unfortunate situation, because he is down bad. So there's really no laughing at that. I think anybody that is laughing at that and, saying, look at him, he's a clown, this and that. Don't do that, because life can change and you could be in that same position in life. And, yours won't be as public, but it is a bad situation and position to be in when you're really down and out. So down and out that you're going on camera crying about it. That can happen to anybody at any point in life. You could have amazing health, and then the next month you get really sick and you can't work. And then all of a sudden you're out of a job, you're out of a house, you're out of everything, and you're homeless. That can happen in an instant. So don't take things for granted. Appreciate everything that you got in life, because life can humble you really quick. So I've seen a lot of people in social media clown him. He does look very dumb as a grown adult, though, in this moment, at least, crying about things and asking another man for help when he did threaten him, in the past. That's not a good look. And take accountability for your actions, man. Take accountability. That's the most important part.